And we are underway with the final match of the day from a chilly Kissimmee, Florida, just south of Orlando. A cold snap has struck, but the final team to start its competition at the 2018 NCCAA Soccer Championships has taken the field. It's Bethel College off a set piece going right to left in this match. And it will be a corner for Bethel College. Bethel, the number 4 overall seed, kicking off their first match here in Group C. Ball's flicked right into the middle. Thought it might have been just the slightest of opportunities for Jackson Didion. It's trickled free to Andres Arce, the Mexican goalkeeper. It was quite the match. The only extra time match that I've had the pleasure of calling that had Warner falling to Campbellsville. That was our nightcap last night. 7 minutes remaining in the second extra time. And Warner bested by Campbellsville by the slimmest of margins. And that has put Warner in a must-win situation tonight. Need all 3 points to make things real interesting. And Bethel College, with the fresher legs perhaps in the higher seed, is searching to top Warner. But Warner, a very capable team. And Coach Drew Stacy talking to him before the match, saying, look, we think we gave the match to Campbellsville. Credit to them for taking the chances, but on a wet field, us is a team that likes to knock the ball around. And his Warner side, the Royals, are limited in that facet with the rain going up against a very large physical side for Campbellsville. And then feels the 2 goals conceded were gifted. Ball popped into the middle, shoveled along. Feeling there might have been a chance in there. Widler Monestein has a shot. It wasn't too far away from the post. Audible support from the Warner bench early on. Both benches will be frozen in place. Down in the low 40s with a breeze as we carry into the nighttime hours. Because of that wind, Campbellsville is on top of this group. One of these 2 teams has a chance to catch up to them. Draw is possible, of course, even though the 3 groups of 3 and 9 teams around for the men's tournament. Flag up for offsides. Javier Vera straying past his mark. Angelo Neto. This whole Warner team feeling as though they're fresh, despite the considerable exertion required to go into a second extra time period yesterday. But also going to be very familiar, these NCCAAs. Bethel College just getting its first taste. Warner already in dire straits. You only get the 2 group matches. Ball was bobbled by Vega. An early push forward from the pilots of Bethel College. That is made way to Warner, the Royals' first move. Pops wide of Hans Tamayo. Herrera will jog over to close down. Chung, the first to show. A battle between Tamayo and Clairvoy. So it's an extended spell of possession. Monist time, though, has been passed off the ball. Clairvoix. Moreira laid it in front of Vera. Shuffled clear by Bauer. Sits up for Gabriel Ferreira. Clairvoix. Back for Jaeger. Finn Lubin sizes it up with the left foot. Neto has to punch. Settled by Clairvoix at 30 yards. Warner taking over possession. Chung poked away from behind by Moreira. There is room to run for Finn Lubin. This ball will come out flat. Francois has it cleared away. The ball struck square into the face of Daniel Rodriguez, and it's Tanner Gibson who's going to get a talking to from the referee. That came into the back of Rodriguez. It was a sandwich for Rodriguez. He got the ball to the face as he was thrown just off by Gibson. He got Gibson into his back. Referee officiating everything, explaining to the Bethel College bench the reason for the bringing together, trying to avoid some of the chippiness that plagued a few of these matches. Well, with so much on the line, it's hard to expect anything else. Francois. Gibson on the backtrack. Rodriguez makes his return. Peak. Angelo Neto outside of his box. Catches absolutely all of it. Loose touch. Monist time. Widler Monist time, but he had his pocket picked. Oh, didn't he? Have his pocket picked by Jaeger. Jaeger's gone down. He does not get a whistle. He stays down just a bit behind the play. Kennelson Collin twirls around. How did he find the ball? Gibson couldn't in between his legs. And sent free for Clairvoix. Good tempo to the match. The ball is staying on the deck for the majority. So 37-30. We're early on in the first half. Situation dire for Warner. Needs the 3 points. Bethel College, the 4 seed in the tournament. Trying to get its campaign off on the right foot. Deep ball. Searching ball to the corner. Moreira. Played across. This might be settled. Haddad Bauer blocked up the move. Gabriel Ferreira is the one searching for an opening. Finn Lubin has been a threat up the left side for Bethel College and the Pilots. And a couple of crosses in from Lubin. Chung. Monist time. Rodriguez is poked away from him. Jaeger. And Rodriguez now is going to be sent off to the side by the official. A word with him in a second. It's the second time in as many minutes that Jaeger has been toppled. Jaeger from Balneário Camboriú, Brazil. A city name that I'm well aware I won't be able to do much justice to, but it's worth trying. Over the top, Neto. And does me a service by being from Sao Paulo instead. A good number of Brazilians represented in this tournament, and this for the Floridians represented in the tournament as well. It's quite cold. But of course, there's been some time to grow acquainted. Warner plays in Lake Wales. That's where the majority of the Floridians will come from. Hans Tamayo's gone back for Angelo Neto. Gibson. Gonzalez coming in with intent. Clairvoy. Some room up the right side. It's Clairvoy. It's the connection between right and left in this move. He's done well to get it off Widler Monestheim. Lubin. Herrera has brought it down, deflecting towards the goal of Neto. Neto was wise to it all along. You wonder if Bethel College would be favored from Mishawaka, Indiana. It's certainly colder there than Lake Wales, Florida. But you might just be grasping at straws to find the slightest advantage for either side between the 7 and 4 seed in the NCCAAs. It's going to come down to one or two decisive moments. Much more likely than anything else. Hans Tamayo. Santiago scored the incredibly dramatic goal inside 100 seconds remaining to tie Warner's match. Send it to extra time in the first place. Matias Santiago, number 11 in gold and blue for Warner. And he's going to have to be involved if the Royals find themselves victorious at the end of tonight. It's quite the ball from Beek. The big German had played a couple of really nice ones out of the back. That will not be added to the category. Chung wanted the short option initially. Tamayo's going to go down for Kennelson. Collin, and Collin's going to be able to take Gibson for pace into the corner. Collin onto the end line, zipping the ball across. A dangerous one. It's cleared between the legs of one of the forward players, I believe, Rodriguez. It was Beek. Played the great ball. Finn Lubin. Lubin. Oh, he didn't time it up well with Javier Vera. Trying to change the level, a direct pass, Gibson. Drag of the foot by Jackson Didion. Drop to the deck. Trying to track the play, and I noticed that Tanner Gibson's running all the way back to the end line. His shin guard just slipped out. So stop the clock for a second to allow Gibson to recover his valuables. Be taken short. Kerr. They wanted to go down the right wing. Didn't open up. Widler Monestheim was fouled. Big body Monestheim right in the middle. He did not start the match against Campbellsville, but he did play a good bit of it. Surprising control in close spaces for his ungangly nature. Gibson. Lubin. Not afraid to face up against Kennelson Collin, but he lost possession. Wins it back in a short order. Jaeger could not keep it. Hans Tamayo. Rodriguez battling with Gibson again. Clairvoy. Knock it over the top. Sheehan in some discomfort. This might fall. Sheehan unaware of the pressure coming to him from Vera. Oh, Vera and Ferreira. Both had a different shot at different times to dispossess Sheehan. Now Ferreira. He's been toppled. Haddad Bauer took a piece of him, and we should see a decent set piece opportunity for the Bethel College Pilots. Scoreless, 14 minutes in. The late drama at this point in the season for every team is palpable. And Warner eager to show what it's capable of, according to head coach Drew Stacy. Bethel College had a remarkably hot start to the season, just trying to recapture its form after coming out of the gates with 8 wins from 10. Will this help? The ball flicked along out for a corner, and another set piece oncoming. Been some crafty exchanges, but no massive clear-cut chances. Whip ball. Collected far post by Gibson, center back, perhaps out of his depth. Chung. Oh my goodness, that was a challenge. But Rodriguez dispossessed by Clairvoix. Both equal to the task, and a reset in the midfield. Beek. Rocketed by Francois. Allow Warner to try and move the formation upwards. Looks like it's a back 5. Further contemplation, at least in defense. With a 5. And then math letting me down, a 4-1. Perhaps Warner's formation. Change for Bethel College. Jardel Oliveira Santos of Sao Paulo, Brazil, in for Javier Vera of Elkhart, Indiana. The international nature at this level. So many flavors to the game. The ball zipped across. That turned into a dangerous pass from Jaeger. Clairvoix. Bonus time to intercept. It's Jackson Didion in retaliation to commit the foul and slow the advance. Hans Tamayo. Kennelson Collin met by Jans Lubin. It was quite the touch by Oliveira Santos. Now Oliveira Santos is chasing in behind Francois. Francois Neto had to take it outside of his box, and Francois upset, saying, "Oh, I could have done that." Lights cut off on the other field officially. This the only match going on at this stage of the night. Ball across, headed down, needs a save from Neto. The follow-up is wide. He was offsides, I believe. If it was offsides or goal kick. The chances come to pass at 27-25 left in the first half. Angelo Neto equal to the header. It came apart a bit easy for Warner at the back. Driven ball from Neto, flicked along. Bonus time. Pop to the air. Corralled. Oliveira Santos has gone direct into the corner. Barrera. Gibson, Bethel College walking its way forward. Rodriguez tugged on for a second by Ferreira. Not used to those defensive situations. Matias Santiago. Flat ball. Kennelson Collin will be overlapping on Stamayo, is going to try and draw the defender out to Kennelson Collin. Oh, that's escaping Collin. Back heel for Tamayo, but Tamayo in a tough situation. How do you like that touch? Tamayo in front of goal, bobbled around into the mouth. Oh my, Arces. Andres Arce. Not quite communicating clearly, the goalkeeper, his intentions. Just lucky the contact, the ball with his defender was slight. The score remains unchanged since opening kickoff. Beak. Oliveira Santos, he's done well to get himself into the corner. He's forced Adad Bauer to slide it out. What'll be a throw-in. Angelo Neto have to fetch his own ball. Sheehan whistled one to Adad Bauer. Not the easiest pass to handle. Flat along to Gibson. Match certainly has a distinct flavor. Bethel College with a bit more possession to it. Lubin gets there in time. Across. Well, looks like the Pilots have snuck someone in front of Kennelson Collin, who'd tucked in quite a ways to defend. Oliveira Santos, Jardel Oliveira Santos, quick off the bench to make an impact. He's been around the ball, and he had that chance as well, the Brazilian freshman. Quick flash of skill from Elijah Kerr to touch around one. Didion looking for Oliveira Santos. Has found Sheehan next to him. And Sheehan's cleared with a deflection. Allow a quick throw. Adad Bauer poked it across. It's been taken by Clairvoy. He has a real opportunity to move out wide. Moreira has 3 targets in the box to carry it to his right foot. Big guy to try and get by Adad Bauer, and Bauer equal to the task. Gabriel Ferreira had arrived late at the back post and had flashed open. Was exasperated the ball wasn't played. Finn Lubin has an in-swinging foot for this far left corner. And that's who will take it, the German. Gone short, overlapping. Lubin hit it too far, it seems, over everyone, including his countryman Beck. It is Beek, the German center back. He's the I and the E do magical things in the German accent when combined. 21-40. And one shot between both teams. Needed a save from Angelo Neto. Ball along from Lubin. Well, Ferreira, he's done stupendously well to get to it. Somehow kept it in. He's closed down by Kennelson Collin. Foul called as Ferreira went through Kennelson Collin. Delayed reference from the official as to what direction it'd be going. If it went the other, it was a penalty, but typically there'll be more energy about a referee when he's about to award such a kick. Thiago Pinto's Bethel College slight front foot at this point. And there are changes set for both sides at the next dead ball. Neto. Rodriguez met on every step by Gibson. Minus time. Gibson. Arce. Yeager. And just spin around. Tight spaces, Yeager. Excellent interplay from Ferreira. Swept out of play. And it'll be a Bethel College throw, but not before a tidal wave. Jose Barquin and Zach Schoon to come in. Steen, Hensel, and Johnson for Warner. Gazzotti, Munnis, Time, and Chung, the players exiting on the Warner side. So 5 changes overall to liven the contest with 19:25 to play in the first half. We are scoreless. To make our first reference, the fact that if you get no goals, you go to 10-minute extra time periods. Those golden goal, and Warner already very familiar with those, having suffered a swift and brutal defeat with 7 minutes and change left in the second extra time period to Campbellsville. That's put Warner in the must-win situation in this match. Ramped off to the side. Gibson keeping a body on those forward players. He's always in for an aerial challenge, especially next to Rodriguez. Hensel. Sheehan. Devin Hensel. Rare loose touch. He's been crunched by Yeager, and then Hensel. He took him down, the Brazilian. Wide to the left, Sheehan. Oh, there's a lot of room for Kennelson Collin. Arce's backed up to his line. Collin, Gibson sliding in. What a tackle by Gibson. Tanner Gibson, the junior, recovering a tremendous amount of ground on Kennelson Collin, who's upset with himself. And not getting that off is a heck of a pass to play it in the first place. I believe it was Steen. The wind might have aided that a little bit. It's blowing from the near to the far of your screen with a little left to right angle. Hensel put it behind the goal, right in the top netting. Trying to make it as close as possible to Arce, who's not the tallest of keepers, but does have the gift of long arms. A rocketed ball down the right wing. Somehow kept in by Barquin. Barquin's next ball, though, collectible for Angelo Neto. Great touch and poor pass. Looking for Chardel Oliveira Santos. Sheehan It's ramped through for Devin Hinsel. One touch and the second's gone forward. Handed away, skipped under the feet of Rodriguez. There's a run on through to Jardel Oliveira Santos, but it's quickly put out of play. No need to fool around for Angelo Neto. Steen. Pop wide. Turn from Schoon. And Schoon's passing lane shut by Hans Tamayo. Lubin. Now wavering back and forth. Rodriguez. Up to the top, Steen. Steen lost it under his feet, and that's allowed Schoon to run on. Wide for Didion. And Didion's driven ball low, knocked down for Hensel. Quick combination. Had Hensel in mind, but it's been scooped out. A little deeper, Kennelson Collin. Schoon behind him, but Collin pulling away just a bit. Touch inside the box. Collin's been taken down. Strong appeal from Warner. It is not given. Both players going to ground. Nick Diaz coming in for Warner. Richard Ontiveros, another Indiana native. He's relieving Bruno Jäger. Had been very influential in the early parts of the half, but now with 14 minutes left. The match still scoreless. Both coaches looking for a winning combination of players. Coach Stacy on tilt a bit over the penalty decision regarding Kennelson Collins' run. Angled ball. Oliveira Santos is touched deep into the corner, but he's won a corner kick. Drew Francois with him, and Francois had gone to ground. Not much he could do. Come from the near left. Might be played short. It is for Finn Lubin. Same play on from the other direction, except this will muster a shot wide. Neto's goal, Jose Barquin. He's been influential since entering. The Mexican, number 26. A couple of inspired runs and the confidence to take the shot on. Whistled by Steen out to the left. Matias Santiago, seen precious little time on the ball. Diaz overlapped by Hans Tamayo, who's going to get the ball, has shown some ability to get ahead. Lubin into his way. Schoon bodied off by Tamayo. Diaz just escaped him, but he's fished it to Devin Hensel. Sheehan. Hensel. Excellent triangle exchange. Hensel, Diaz, Matias Santiago. Beek blocks him. Advancing inside the 18. Johnson. Haddad Bauer wasn't necessarily spoiled for choice in that position. Brought to the near side of the field, Francois. Hans Tamayo. Diaz. Tamayo let it run right through his legs. Diaz and poked away. Gibson, Oliveira Santos took an extra step for Oliveira Santos to get the legs going again. He's been sprinting all over the place. And Francois can usher it out. Oliveira Santos, the energy guy off the bench for Bethel College. Steen orchestrating from the middle of defense. Deft turn for Dawson Johnson, but his pass was chest high for Devin Hensel. Dropped into the corner. Can Schoon get to it? He's found himself with a battle against Steen. The big Georgian has turned him. Dawson Johnson. Eyes up the field. Rodriguez miscontacted. Finn Lubin off. Luca Cardamone set to come in. The sub called off by the head referee as it is Warner's ball. Needed a new ball as well. You saw that pulse-pounding drama play out as the new ball has been identified. Not necessarily satisfactory, according to the face of the head referee, but much better than the flat one that was presented initially. Now to 9:30 left. See if the fresh ball would make much of a difference. Steen, a scoreless affair. Angled ball controlled. Didion uses Barkeen to play it back to the defense. A lot of space to turn for Ontiveros. Lubin, who is about to sub out, well, he's still running up this left side. Lubin, low-driven ball, speared by Francois and Diaz. The quick steps up the right to try and carry. Dawson Johnson has Diaz down the right wing. That's a brilliant ball from Dawson Johnson. Diaz isolated against Gibson. He's given up that one-on-one isolation. Now Dawson Johnson to drag Gibson into the corner, and he's won a corner kick with 8:35 in the half. Bethel College had the majority possession for just a little bit, but this has been one of the most even matches we've seen so far in the NCCAAs. Of course, one of the other ones was Warner taking on Campbellsville. This is going to be one heck of a group, and the group play is almost halfway done. Devin Hensel has played along the ground. Rodriguez couldn't keep it in. The play on. Matias Santiago just wanted to give it back to Hensel charging in, but it was just a little loose, and that play burnt. Luca Cardamone, Rene Colatzos, and Danny Araguin. It's a three-man substitution. Oliveira Santos, who certainly thoroughly exhausted himself in pursuit of the ball. The battle is on with Colatzos. Ontiveros stepping back over the top. Angelo Neto had to be sharp. He was. Zach Schoon closest to him, bearing down. .650 to play in the first half. Steen, Francois, Steen, lofted ball, skipped over both players involved. Will it settle for Clairvoix in the middle? It will. Schoon flags up. He was offside. Bit of a high line from Warner, and it worked. Disciplined stuff. The ball collected by Rene Colasos from Los Angeles, California. That's certainly a long way from Kissimmee, Florida. Scene for tonight's drama in Group C of the men's NCCAA Nationals. It's ripped right out of play by Luca Cardamone. Diaz played along. Hensel comes back for Tamayo. Steen. It's fallen. A chance, real chance to run for Barkeen. Wants to leave it out to the right. Araguin. Araguin from Barkeen working against Adad Bauer. Pace versus power. And Bauer, the power, wins out back to Elijah Kerr. Beek, that's a bit loose in the face of Rodriguez, but a real sparkling ball to come to the near side of the field with Cardamone. Cardamone spilled, wanted a foul, did not get it. Now Diaz again making a heck of a run. Deja vu from a few minutes earlier. Dawson Johnson, he's not going to play it for Diaz this time. He will, but a bit more delayed. Trickles ahead for Rodriguez. And Rodriguez is going to turn, look to take this on. It's spun right off his left foot. He's upset with the run Dawson Johnson made. Wanted him to cut a little farther inside. Ball down the wing, and there is space. Oh, there is space for Barkeen. Across in the face of the goal, Neto. And Schoon got a piece of Neto coming in. The referee exhibiting some deliberation. Perhaps this be affected by Schoon. Schoon immediately knew he'd done wrong. Perhaps didn't know where Neto was, but the official must do what he has to. A yellow card issued. Neto, that need the bravery aspect. And it will be a card and a prolonged conversation for Zach Schoon of Ludington, Michigan. This, the type of weather he grew up playing in, presumably. It's as warm as a Michigan summer. 4:13 left in the first half as Schoon's received the yellow card. We are scoreless. Formation being tweaked a bit as Schoon exits. Perhaps fortunate with the initial visual impact of the challenge to be off with the yellow. It always on the side of leniency, especially when immediate remorse is exhibited. Sheehan. And Sheehan has been impeded by Danny Araguin. Certainly been an increase in the number of fouls here as we've gone on. Steen, so it played back to him. Oh, he's lost the ball. Steen, and it's snuffed out. Needed to be a far pass. A pass that just was not made to two different runners. And a player down, Adad Bauer. The edge on and full in this match with 3:20 left in the first half. Matias Santiago. Poked away. This sharp midfield control. Colasos. A 1-2 with Ontiveros. A lot of space left wing for Cardamone. Cardamone's ball. Angelo Neto. Right on it. Diaz fell kindly for him. That's an excellent challenge by Cardamone. Last touch by Diaz, who looked like he was about to have loads of space to run to. Cardamone. So over the top, Angelo Neto's decided to come out of his box to deal with it. Wanted to dot Bauer, but Bauer has been rounded. That was an uncomfortable moment with Araguin perhaps sighting up Neto's goal. Ball across. It's a crucial challenge from Hans Tamayo. Second service. It's a vicious one. Somehow too far for Ontiveros from such a deep position. Ontiveros is now isolated in the corner, has the opportunity to drop it back if he wishes. He will not. Clairvoix, right foot, has the shot. And Angelo Neto, right behind it, holds and tries to launch something of a counterattack. Santiago, as Diaz making the run, cannot get it to him. Gibson. .75 seconds left in a scoreless first half. Barkeen. Well, he just missed everybody. But it has been a good half for Jose Barkeen. Through the back of Matias Santiago. Tamayo, he tried to touch the inside. And Ontiveros saw an opportunity to drop Colasos in behind. Could not. The throw in taken though by Colasos. Ontiveros. Cardamone. Francois winding up quite the hit. 24 seconds left in the half. Clairvoix ramped along to the far side. Adad Bauer, he's going to let this one run. Araguin. Huge run from Elijah Kerr. And he's on to the end line. Adad Bauer. It's going to be a corner, but there's 8 seconds left to take it. 6, 5, 4, 3. Need to just smack it right away. 1 second. And there is the horn. Neto secured regardless. We are scoreless between the 7 seed Warner and the 4 seed Bethel College. It's all to play for in the second 45. And Group C will be back at the NCCAA Men's Division I Soccer Championships from Kissimmee, Florida. Back to action in the second half. Trying to maintain the voice as best you can with 8 matches in 2 days. But here we are, second 45 between Warner and Bethel College, and this match is all knotted up at nothing. For a match that it's yet to produce a goal, it has produced plenty of interesting moments, if not captivating chances on goal. Didion's burst to the corner, but Sheehan, well, he was on step. Oliveira Santos, low ball, but no one present. Both of these teams use a lot of their depth. Saw that in the first half, so a lot of familiar faces from the starting lineup. The return to start the second, but presumably will not last the duration. Arce, the goalkeeper, tested once or twice. at the back for Bethel College, but while he did fumble one and caught in a miscommunication on another, he has done the most important job of any goalkeeper, is keep that ball out of the back of the net. The Pilots' back line not tested quite as much as Warner's, but both teams seem to be on almost an even chance to pull out a win in this match. Fair share of whistles in the first half, and we've heard our first in the second. Clairvoix. In from Oliveros, but it's come back out to Chung. Angled across, Beek is stepped forward. He might be stepping into a shot soon. No, he's laid it off to the left. Lubin back into his fellow German, Beek. And across, oh, close to Oliveira Santos. He's been sticking his nose into all kinds of places. Now through Oliveira Santos again. He's miscontrolled. His cross late ends up in the welcoming arms of Neto, who will walk it out for his goal kick. You wonder where the goal will come from in such a tight exchange. Typically one moment of brilliance or one mistake would be the appropriate answer. Both these teams are defending passionately. Remember, Warner needs all 3 points. And there are potentially 20 minutes added on, of course, for Warner to try and find that, so you don't have to expect Warner to push too hard in regulation, but with Guzzotti switching the field, it will be in the back of Warner's mind, its collective mind. Haddad Bauer is trying to roam forward. The beefy left back, but he's been dispossessed. Arce under no duress. Beek. It's a sharp switch. Knotted up for Barkeen, and Barkeen, Jose Barkeen, he had runners in the box, tried to slip one through Lubin on an underlap. And that would go on to frustrate Chardel Oliveira Santos and Gabriel Ferreira. And both had found clever ways to make themselves available. Angelo Neto high into the night sky in Kissimmee. Jose Barkeen this time. Chardel Oliveira Santos is in. Chance to put the ball across. Bobbled around Neto. Gone out. It has gone out for a corner. The ball took an interesting hop for Oliveira Santos. He really looked like was going to get to the ball quicker than he did. Ball to be taken quickly. And headed. Oh! It's wide. It looked like it'd gone into the back of the net. It was an interesting flick header. And the way Angelo Neto had gone down, he was not able to cover, but it rippled the side netting and went back up to the fence. But from our point of view, we were not sure. And Neto has stayed down in his goal. He has been really the unquestioned number one for the season. Christian de Souza, another Brazilian, is the backup, and to his credit, he's been getting warm since the match started. Out of habit or anticipation. Neto with an awkward collision, his own net, as that ball was flicked just to the wrong side of the netting for Bethel College. It was well drawn up. Ball from Finn Lubin was sharp. And trying to get it to Finn Lubin either way, whether it's his in-swinging foot or out-swinging foot. Neto up into a seated position. Now standing in the goal, you wonder if he will be able to continue. It looks to be an issue with his left shoulder, Angelo Neto. The left shoulder caught up in the netting as he sprawled to try and make the save, and clearly not in complete comfort. We will see how well he is able to continue, because he has opted to remain in the game. Been flagged for receiving the goal kick inside the box, so let's try that again. Sheehan try and turn quickly in the high pressure. Forced Sadat Bauer into a quick pass, and Bauer was fouled by Didion. Didion just hanging the leg. Bauer, intercepted by Clairvoy. Some real sharp turns as well, but the final pass ushered away by Neto. It's Gabriel Ferreira. High pressure forces a heavy smack from Sheehan. He ran out of other options. High pressure just trying to make the defense think quicker on the ball. Widler Monestheim twirls out of two. Rosati. A quick throw. Trying to catch them up. Jose Barquin. He's lofted a ball to his far post. But it was well too far for Ferreira by some 10 yards. 35-45. left in the second half. We are scoreless. Taken short again, Francois. Looking for Widler Munistheim. Quick craft. Gazzotti back from Munistheim, and Warner's broken out of it. And will now look for an opportunity to take advantage of the numbers. Chung stabbed it towards Kennelson Collin. It's just going to be lofted away. Not much better from Warner in breaking the pressure. Ball down the left side. Lubin upset he wasn't given a call. Finally, someone able to make clear contact. It's put Francois in retreat. Taken up the right wing, but has not been a fruitful area to venture for Warner. Ricard Ontiveros. Kennelson Collin, he's taking it down. Overrun by Chung. Chung is able to make his way back to it, and a crucial interception from Elijah Kerr as Kennelson Collin was slipping in. Now Angelo Neto up off his line to reach the ball before Oliveira Santos. Lucas Moreira, one of the starters, he'll be returning to the game. I know. And Oliveira Santos will begin the long run back. Clock still running as we head to 33 minutes remaining. Lubin's gone down along the line. You wonder how long it will take for him to make his way to his feet as the ball is with Warner. Just not much possession on the ground for Warner in the attacking half of the field. It's corralled quickly by Didion. Ferreira. Munistheim. Widler Munistheim out for Rodriguez. Rodriguez having to check way back to get a hold of the ball. Sheehan left it behind Santiago. Let out a grunt as he had to turn and retreat. Elijah Kerr. Gibson, who's been slightly less involved in the second half. It's the way Bethel College pilots would like it, you'd think. The fourth seed, still level with the 7th seed. It's bounced along. Might this be the chance? On across Didion, he's offside. Neto made the save anyways, slamming the door on Didion, but the flag was up well before. Jackson Didion into the forward position. Jose Barquin, a player that picked the pass. Haddad Bauer, he tried to go down the line, but there was not much room. Back heel from Ferreira. Into the middle. Francois. Casotti. Rodriguez. Ontiveros always in front of him. Headed to the final 30 minutes. Kennelson Collin. Spotted out, and this will provide a chance for Warner to get the possession back into the Bethel College half. 60 minutes have come to pass with no goals to show. Minus time. Redler minus time. Trying to connect with Matias Santiago, and Santiago, his idea not immediately apparent with that ball ahead. Jackson Didion. The weighted ball that Angelo Neto will come out and snag. Lucas Moreira lurking. Francois. Sheehan. Jackson Didion has stepped in front of Adad Bauer. Jackson Didion walked through, but Munnis Time has walked it back, and there's room to run in. Matias Santiago knocked it down for the Argentine. Gazzotti. Gazzotti. He's fought it out to the right on Stamayo. Kennelson Collin spoiled by Lubin. Collin not done. He's now pursuing Kerr before it's just lofted clear. Angelo Neto, he's well off his line, caught it well, but Francois sent it back towards him. It was smacked right into Francois. Didn't have much choice in the matter. And Neto just popping it out of play. Wasn't exactly what he had in mind. Kerr. That was Jose Barquin. There's a foul. What's it been called? It's been called on Jose Barquin. And the sprinklers have come on. Well, this is an interesting development with 28-26 to play in regulation. The drama building, and the sprinklers were a little excited, wanted to get in on the action. Something to keep Arce company in the goal. Okay. Now, I figure you're not going to play with the sprinklers on, so somebody with the authority to turn them off must be contacted, and will be a slight break for the teams. Now, Arce is going to have quite the difficulty trying to get back to his team. He's going to have to pick his way through the sprinklers. He's trying, and it looked, oh, he took one. Unfortunate for the Mexican goalkeeper. That will not help him deal with the cold for sure. Trying to escape all of the sprinklers, nearly an impossible task. Well, we're going to step aside at 28-26 until these sprinklers are shut off. And that is left to play in this first half. Well, the sprinklers have been shut off. De facto water break for the field and the players. Now the Bethel College half of the field will be particularly moist for the rest of proceedings. Doubt that will have too much of an impact. We didn't have that issue yesterday playing in the same time slot, and the sprinklers came on nowhere else on any of the other fields. It was divine intervention. The world will, quite honestly, never know. Bonus time. Adad Bauer. Out of the restart. Not long enough break to really throw the game into much of a different state than it was. which team has the player that can make the decisive difference. Kerr, Clairvoix, normally so sharp in those areas. Minus time. Angled for Santiago. Santiago is trying to poke it wide to Kendallson Collin. He couldn't make any contact. Ontiveros. Didion. It's a bit loose. Rodriguez pounced. Aggressive defending. Gazzotti inside of the right foot. Tucks in perfectly for Kendallson Collin with an opportunity to run at Kerr. Kendallson Collin, a ball across, just too far. And an excellent quick break for Kendallson Collin and the Warner Royals. It's Matias Santiago and then Rodriguez on the far post, the two targets. Santiago scoring in a fairly similar fashion with under 100 seconds left to send Warner's first game into extra time. Jose Barquin. There's Lubin. Gibson has gone on back to Arce, get goalkeeper involved. Ontiveros. Francois a bit uncomfortable. Didion will let it roll as it tails away from him. Able to, if he chooses, take it quickly for Ferreira. Instead opts for Moreira. Nadad Bauer has had enough of the errors. Jose Barquin. Lubin is pushing so far up off the left side. It's a decent ball in. Francois will slide it out for a corner on 25-35. This taking place on the Warner half of the field with the bench, so all the instructions to come in. Bethel College might be looking for another short one. To Lubin, note this swung in swinging foot. Neto, the punch, but a player for Warner had been knocked right into the back of the net. I think it was Chung. It was Chung, and it's going to be, well, a free kick from the goal kick line, essentially. Francois. Kendallson Collin is trying to turn. He drew the foul off Lubin, and Finn Lubin not all that pleased with the decision. Collin, that was his best option to draw that foul as we penetrate the final 25 minutes. Still without a goal to show for the collective effort. Bonus time. Collin brings it in. Popped out for Kendallson Collin. He'd snuck in behind Lubin. He's won a throw deep in the corner. There's some energy being injected now by Kendallson Collin up the right side. Shown himself capable of getting into advanced attacking positions. Whistled across, dispatched. And by Gibson, trying to break quickly Bethel College. And swept out the other direction by Francois. And Francois, he stayed down. And the official's going to stop things with through 23-25 to assess the state of Francois, who he came up a little limp after putting the ball out for a corner on a previous exchange. Seems to just be adding to his woes. Bonus time. Down the line, what a touch by Kinnelson. Collin trying to flip over Kerr, and Kerr just tall enough to use his forehead and pop it out. There's Collin again. Made a significant impact in Warner's match the first time. And it's Barkeen drawing a foul off Hans Tamayo. Cold starting to make its effect known. The substitutes preparing to enter. Especially Devin Hinsel is about to come into the game from Harare, Zimbabwe. This is not even the coldest of winters there. Steen, Hinsel, and Johnson. Same substitution seen in the first half. Lubin removed for Luca Cardamone. That for Bethel College. Quick 1-2. There is a pocket of space. This time, Barkeen headed it down. Kinnelson Collin will take it away. Danny Arreguin wasting no time to get himself involved with that cross. Kinnelson Collin. Matias Santiago. Haddad Bauer. The breeze still heavy and steady from near to far. 21 minutes left in regulation. Devin Hinsel. It will travel all the way to Angelo Neto. He's picked a pass just around Morera. Beek has stepped into it, wants a shot, and he was picked out from behind by Dawson Johnson, who's upset with the call. But Beek was about to absolutely blast it, and Dawson Johnson's received a yellow to match his jersey. Dangerous free kick opportunity. And Angelo Neto, with a bum shoulder, will set his wall. The whole script of this match to be written, only 6 shots between the two teams, with the clock stopped at 20:43. And that's all to play in the game. It's a perfect stage for the moment of brilliance. And it comes from Bethel College. Barkeen, Morera, Luca Cardamone over it. Barkeen's vacated. Cardamone has vacated. And it is just Lucas Morera. Cardamone to draw one defender, and now Jose Barkeen will return to offer a left-footed option. There is some deliberation about how to play this. The wall consisting of 6 men set by Neto. It'll be Beek from deep. He runs over it. Morera! Wide. Well, I was fooled. I don't think anybody else was. And I might have fooled you, for which I apologize. 20-30, it hit the pole, the back corner of the net, but it had tucked around the other side. Evident to everyone all the way to the Bethel College bench, but not necessarily at our shared angle. It was the idea that I'd picked with my eye based off the wall Angelo Neto had set. He'd set one more towards the center of the goal. It left some room to bend it with a right foot towards the post, and that is what Morera had gone for. Devin Hinsel, checked by Clairvoix. After Hinsel spilled, Hans Tamayo just gives it a hefty swing. We are into the final 20 now. And a foul to go the other direction. Things slowed up by the constant fouling. Be taken short, Clairvoix. There are numbers in the box. With the touch to the inside, a miscommunication giveaway by Araguin. Rodriguez, Matias Santiago, read like a book by Kerr. Rodriguez had wanted it to come to the wing. Now Santiago. A bit of a wall pass out for Rodriguez. Araguin and Rodriguez. It's Araguin who popped it to the middle for Clairvoix. Arce. Hardly a touch in the second half for the Bethel College keeper. Has been contested mostly in Warner's half. It's a pretty quick turn. Javier Vera, we haven't seen since early in the first half, and Vera's not long to mix it up. But the after's forgotten. With the match still at hand, 17:50 left. And we are scoreless. Low ball played back. Ibarkin by Steen. Rodriguez, given the opportunity to clear, has done so. Devin Hensel, he miscontrols wholeheartedly. Ontiveros. It will be Araguin. Hensel. Dawson Johnson with a newly brandished yellow card at Odd Bauer. He did enough to not concede possession to Morera. Angelo Neto. It'll stay moving. Sheehan, Adad Bauer. Devin Hensel toppled. Too soft a touch from Clairvoix to warrant a whistle. And it has stayed after all with Warner. Royals a chance to get into the attacking half. Devin Hensel. A rebrief. Warner needs the 3 points to have a chance to advance. This is Bethel College's first match of the tournament. Each team will get 2 in the men's side with 9 teams in 3 groups of 3. You play the other 2, and this group is the 3, 4, and 7 seeds. Bethel College, the 4. Francois. Javier Vera needed a sharper touch. And Bethel College with a win to force a winner take first match against Campbellsville. Kennelson Collin, he's been tugged back. And it was clear against Cardamone, the Italian. And I believe he will get a yellow for quite an obvious impediment. They had hold of just about every article of clothing that Collin was wearing. And he did it right in front of the assistant referee. Zealand Shannon with you from Kissimmee, Florida. And there is some late drama in here somewhere at 15:40 left in the second half. We are scoreless still. Warner needs a win. Bethel College, well, a draw would do as long as the Pilots produce a win tomorrow, but a win would put Bethel College in quite the position, with every chance of advancing to the semifinals. Devin Hensel floats one in. Arce, that perhaps his most challenging maneuver of the day. Gibson. Not an easy ball to handle by any means. And it was almost handled. By Cardamone, Barkeen, and retreat. And he'll have to do some more defending. Swing and a miss at this a little bit for Barkeen, and he's been dragged all the way to the corner defending Kennelson Collin. And he's done very well, Jose Barkeen, but he cleared it right off Kerr. And it's a throw in the attacking third for Warner inside the final 15. Wholesale changes cued for Bethel College. Adad Bauer, this will sit up nicely for him. But Bauer at his window closed by Morera. Was whistled out. See Finn Lubin returning. Zach Schoon. Oliveira Santos. Schoon on a yellow. Lubin the starter. Oliveira Santos, the energy guy up top. Ferreira is entered as well. Jose Barkeen. Cardamone, part of the players retreating. Been a great start to the match for Barkeen, but he'd been stifled more recently. It is a change that provides a fresh front three for Bethel College. Santiago taken off by Ontiveros. Schoon had a tough challenge in on Angelo Neto, who's certainly taken his lumps in this match. Lubin, Clairvoix. Clairvoix is straying quite far from his normal central role, and he's won a corner. Judged by the referee. Wanted Oliveira Santos for the corner, perhaps the best result out of that for the Bethel College Pilots. NCCAA Championships, the men's Division I soccer. There are 9 teams left that can claim the throne. A couple actually were eliminated today. Columbia International University and Lancaster Bible College without an opportunity. And Warner would be eliminated, assumedly, almost with a draw, definitely with a defeat. The field narrowed to 7 of the 7, the top 7 seeds, due to the results that suffered today. Warner is the 7th. Would put in a fantastic performance against Campbellsville, losing in the second extra time to the number 3 seed, and now taking the number 4 seed for all it's worth in Bethel College. And this after playing yesterday, Warner. Beek started out in the back line, is shifted forward. Ferreira again stymied by Adad Bauer. It's a big body, Adad Bauer. Ferreira. Oh, he's still going, Ferreira. Sheehan stopped it up, and now Sheehan caught a bit forward. Drops off to Adad Bauer. Bethel College trying to apply the pressure. Pass out from Sheehan to Collin. Steen, that sharp ball movement. Back in for Dawson Johnson. Clairvoix having none of it. And then to the frank conversation after 11 minutes left. Deep service. Where's the moment to break the ice that could literally be forming on the field after the sprinklers? Devin Hensel. Rodriguez to his right foot. He slipped in. Devin Hensel. Hensel shoots over the bar. What an opportunity for the Zimbabwean center midfielder. Devin Hensel unmarked, slipping away from Rodriguez from 17 yards. And he got his foot around the ball. You could see what he was trying to do, tuck it in the right corner. He pushed it just over, and he knew it, dropped to his knees after the chance. Is there something for Oliveira Santos the other direction? Angelo Neto, he's popped it straight in the air. Certainly did Francois no favors. Schoon. Schoon, a pass into the middle. Sheehan stepping into it. Clairvoy. Oh, is there space for Adeguin? Adeguin with a Dodd Bauer in front of him. Takes it to his left foot. Plays the ball in, looking for Schoon. Flicked away by Hans Tamayo, but the energy is picked up as we head inside 10 minutes without a goal to show. Will be taken by Lubin. Boy, was it elevated. 14, 15 yards out, popped up towards Neto, bobbling around. Neto thought about coming, went back to his line. Schoon didn't get much of a touch. Thrown out quickly by Neto over a fallen comrade in Adad Bauer. Rodriguez, hopeful for Canelson Collin. Schoon trying to control with a heel, but that's going to run all the way away from him. Or will it? Lubin. It stayed in. Lubin, the German, through. Angelo Neto could have seen that out for a goal kick if he chose. Had far too much pace on it for Oliveira Santos. .850, a collective breath taken. Bauer, Hensel, twirls to the inside, presented with the best chance of the match perhaps a couple of minutes ago. Canelson Collin. Hensel lays it flat into a wide area. Played across. Headed away by Gibson. Kept by Schoon to try and allow Bethel College to advance. Schoon and into the seats. Over the seats. Strong challenge in the middle and a foul. A go against Steen. Got enough of Jardel Oliveira Santos. And again, Francois is down. Oliveira Santos is down as well. Francois is third time down and must be about 15 minutes. He's up to his feet. Clairvoy comes to the bench to collect some water. Jose Barquin is ready to check in. It looks like he will be the one spelling Oliveira Santos. Is not as fortunate off with a significant limp as Francois was. Jardel Oliveira Santos. Speculate on whether he will be able to return, but Jose Barquin has shown flashes of real brilliance. Working quickly. Dawson Johnson to take it away. Canelson Collin, he's touched it around Kerr, has help in the middle of Santiago, absolutely crucial for Monteveros. And out of play with 7:40 left, it will be a corner. Devin Hensel will take it. What a break ahead by Canelson Collin. Boy, has he been explosive in the second half. Battle coming out of the corner. There is no clear winner as the ball sends sky high. Rodriguez. Rodriguez is back it across. Off the end of the boot of Ferreira. I think it's Canelson Collin who has stayed down on the far side of the field. That big collision that sent the ball up into the air and just needs to stretch it out for a moment. Haddad Bauer on the throw. Santiago and Hensel cleared away by Beek. Francois drop it ahead to Steen. Physical holding midfielder met by Clairvoy. Steen lefting something in on Jose Barquin, who's gone down. Hensel, Dawson Johnson. Barquin rising, trying to battle through the pain necessary in the moment with 6 minutes and 10 seconds left in regulation. Francois striding ahead. Knolson-Collin. This is a push ahead by Steen. Can he get the ball into the box? He can. Arce off his line to cut in front of Rodriguez. And he's launched Ferreira into the attack. Ferreira against Haddad Bauer. Haddad Bauer has done tremendously. Bruno Jaeger in for Schoon. Adeguin wanted the flick on from Ferreira to Jaeger. It did not materialize. Matias Santiago took a boot to the top of the cleat. Beek, the German, has taken exception to the audible scream of Santiago. That never a pleasant experience. The two boots up for it. Santiago having a swing, and of course the extreme cold is not going to make any sort of contact feel any better at all. Santiago to be tended to. It's right in front of both benches. 5-12. That's all that remains. 85 minutes have been played, and no goals have been scored. 8 shots. And a moment of calm reflection for many of those out in the field. Knolson-Collin getting some help from Jose Barquin to stretch him out after the collision left Collin a bit limp. Santiago will test out the foot. Santiago ordered to the middle. He will return shortly. Devin Hensel will get play restarted. A low driven ball towards the box. Rodriguez can pop this to the corner. Santiago rejoins the fray. Jaeger. Back and forth. Knolson-Collin. Oh, Jaeger's broken off of Collin. 4:45 left. Ball through. Can Beek get there? Angelo Neto off his line. Diving head first. That is a nervy, uncomfortable play for Angelo Neto. He got his technique all wrong, but he found the ball. I was not quite sure he was going to get there. With the big German, Samuel Beek, charging at you, that would be enough to make most uncomfortable. Down the wing. Knolson-Collin was in pursuit, but Kerr has done well. Had a lot to deal with from Collin. Francois, it spun off his foot. And where will it go? Angelo Neto is going to run it down. Go ahead and put it onto the other field. Just to make sure it's a throw instead of a corner, as that was making its way into the corner. We have another player down. I believe it's Clairvoy has bit the dust with 3:51 left. He's down, getting stretched out. Helped up by the referee himself. And Widler Munisheim will be allowed to substitute in with Lucas Moreira coming in for Clairvoy after he's been stretched out. Seems to be jogging fine, but at a late stage in a physical match, that physicality will take its toll. Dawson Johnson making his way off for Munisheim. Finn Lubin, challenge. What's the call? Corner. Opportunity for Bethel College with 3:40. We are scoreless. Bethel College, the number 4 seed. Warner, the 7 seed. And the 9-team NCCAA Men's Division I Soccer Championships. Whip towards the back post, seen by Neto. It went out. The flag is up. The ball was dumped back in. Devin Hinsel's taking it down. And Neto's going to be looking for a quick restart. In Widler Munisheim, fresh off the bench. It's an excellent pass from Angelo Neto. But Munisheim pulled it short of Matias Santiago. Beek trying to return the favor. Angelo Neto is on his way out from goal, but it's his defense and Hans Tamayo that can clean it up. Finn Lubin to keep the run going forward. Off his line again, Angelo Neto to make the play inside 3 minutes. Devin Hinsel. Munisheim. The back for Hinsel. Tough ball for Hinsel to figure. Beek. And it's Adeguin has won the throw off of Rodriguez. Quick into Samuel Beek. Lunging in Steen. He's won it well. Matias Santiago toppled from behind. There's an appeal from Lucas Moreira. Santiago is, well, he's been involved in a lot of challenges today. He's looking a little worse for wear as he hobbles towards the box inside 2 minutes. But Evan Hinsel played the last one low to Rodriguez. Where's this one? In the air, dancing towards the 18. It's come back towards Hinsel. Stepping into it, but Moreira disrupts. Now Ferreira. There is a chance to run for Bethel College. A big chance indeed for the Pilots. The ball looking for Jose Barquin, but Angelo Neto, it was too wide. Neto able to clear. It's come back off the facing. Given an extra beat or two to Bethel College. 90 seconds left. Played back in a 1-2. Dispatched by Francois. Knolson Collin, Hinsel, Widler Munisheim. Is there one more break in this for Warner? Into the final 60 seconds. Sheehan. A low flat ball. Tavarios. Jose Barquin will pressure Francois. Barquin! Jose Barquin. He's found space. Cuts back to his right foot. Taps around Neto. Can it be put away? Staring at a goal. It's in for Bethel College with 42 seconds left. Lucas Moreira with the opportunity to pick out his spot, passes it into the bottom corner, and it's about as close to a walk-off as can possibly be. Barquin battling his way through Francois, created a 2-on-1. Adad Bauer trying to do his best goalkeeping impersonation with Angelo Neto already out. And everybody to be thrown forward. Composure under fire from Lucas Moreira. Must have felt like an hour on the ball as he found the corner. And it was a simple pass The Dodd Bauer could only do so much with Angelo Neto out. And everybody charging forward now with 40 seconds to find an equalizer for Warner, a goal it needs to keep the season alive. Angelo Neto is charged ahead as well. There are 35 seconds left in the Warner Royals season. The foul, Rodriguez on 26 seconds. Herrera, the goal scorer, taking an extra second or two off Mona's time. It will be haphazard to the finish. Knolson Collin swept in front. Angelo Neto, the goalkeeper, trying to get there. There's 10 seconds. The ball coming in from the ball boy, and there might not be an effort on for Warner. Steen, he won't have a chance to turn and face. The horn is sound in Bethel College. It took 89 minutes and 18 seconds. But the Bethel College Pilots score and win it 1-0 to carry 3 points into the final day of Group C. What a match, with the drama at the end to boot. But the season for Warner has come to a close, and it was decided so late on. At no points from 2 matches and a goal difference of -2 for Warner. That will seal it going into tomorrow. 1-0 Bethel College, the 4 seed of the Warner Royals, the 7 seed out of Lake Wales. Florida Moreira, the hero, assisted by Barkeen, who did the work to get around Francois. We'll see you tomorrow for match day 3. It'll be the boys wrapping things up from